Howdy everyone, petedaddy here. Today I wanted to give a recap of my last weekend league. We had a very interesting set of games. We had everything from me making this horrible game looking beautiful to then having a couple where the game was just the horrible, disgusting nightmare that it can be. But first things first, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe down below. I would really appreciate it. Also, check out in the description, I have a link to our Discord server. We have a growing FIFA community, have a lot of fun there, so make sure to check that out. And then I guess before we get started, this is a team I was rocking with in Weekend League. This is how I line up in game in a 4-2-3-1. Everyone was on 10 chemistry except for Ribery, who was on 7 chemistry, but I play Ribery as my striker, St. Maximin and Son as my wide cams, Dembele in the middle, Modric and Sissoko as my CDMs, and then a backline with Mendy, Ramos, Longley, Lala, and Ter Stegen. So pretty strong team. I've had a lot of fun playing with this one. I've played with this team, or the basics of this team, for several weeks now. We do have some changes coming up for next weekend league. Pack some pretty nice things. So tune into the end of the video. I'll show you what I'm going to do for next weekend league. I want to play at least one more serious weekend league if I can take it, if I can handle the gameplay. But have a lot of fun with this team. But anyway, let's just get right to it. Let's bring up the highlights. This was my first game. It's crazy. It's like everybody's got some kind of strong team now. I wouldn't say this is the most meta team in the world that I'm going against here, but still, a strong team, 96 rated players, team of the seasons, all over the field. But we were able to handle our business in this one pretty early. Ribery buries a goal, 1-0 early lead. Ribery has just been an absolute monster for me at striker. Highly recommend him. He's still available as an SBC if you haven't completed him. Same thing with Dembele, who's also an absolute monster. One thing that has really helped me lately is bringing St. Maximin into the team as my wide right cam, playing as Ram. He just seems to always get involved, and there was one, he's running. He'll get a little lucky there. The ball coming back out. And then, Hernandez able to make the save. But from the ensuing corner, here's what we're able to do. Ramos to Son, and then we bury the goal. So put on a lot of pressure on, then get the goal from the corner. 2-0 up early. Can we get one of those notorious 45-minute goals? Bang it in from Sissoko, Ribery finding Modric, and Modric with the cool collected finish. Nice composure from Luka Modric. He has been an absolute legend for me as well. So 3-0 up, that held up. Now we're in the 90th minute. So if we're going to get a 45th minute goal, might as well get a 90th minute goal. So end up with a goal from Dembele there for a 4-0 win early on. Next team we're going up against, I have mixed opinions. Whenever I see someone playing with one of these new loan players, I'm generally pretty upset. But if I see someone that's also playing with a gold Ramos, a gold Courtois, it's hard for me to get mad at them. It's more like if they've got already a God squad and then they add like that R9 or something like that into there, or the team of the year CR7. Those kind of get to me. I still do not feel that you should be allowed to play lone players in competitive matches, but it's hard for me to get mad at people like this. So here we're going, our opponent, and this is the other thing. You guys will see this as a theme. I was going to mention this a little bit later, but something I've got to improve on is I am conceding way too many goals early, like in the first 5 minutes, of our first 10 minutes of the match. It seems like I'm always putting myself in an early hole, and that's one thing I have to improve on. I don't know if I'm not concentrated. I don't know if it's a kickoff goal, what exactly it is, but it just seems like I am conceding goals early way too much. So here, his loan Zidane bangs in a goal. He's feeling pretty good about himself, taking on this squad. He's up 1-0. But then we kind of pretty much come back and take care of business. So, spoiler alerts on all of that. Ribery getting around that goal Courtois. We equalize 1-1. We come right back just a few minutes later. This beautiful passing, Sissoko to Ribery. Ribery, no one closing out on Ribery, so, dribble till they make you stop dribbling. To Dembele, Ribery gets the angle, buries it. Ribery's not going to miss that, or will he? It could be a preview spoiler for something later. Again, we're rocking and rolling. St. Maximin just gets so involved. And you also notice, pay attention, if you're playing that 4-2-3-1, those wide cams are so important. St. Maximin gets so involved for me. Sometimes I've played so many wide cams or played players who I thought would be insane at wide cam, but they either don't make the runs, they stay stagnant, they don't get involved for whatever reason. St. Maximin is one who seems to always get involved, present himself for opportunities. I mean, you know, you do have to trigger runs and things like that at times, but there's a lot of times you don't have to do that. I can't tell you how many times I've put someone at wide cam and been like, gosh, just do something, you know, give me an outlet, do something for me. But St. Maximin is always getting involved. Oh, that was that one. Oh my gosh, yeah, that was crazy. So Maldini just tracks back and just completely keeps that one from going in across. So icon moments players must have some crazy goal line clearance stat that nobody knows about. Again, Ribery, that was pretty right there. Great movement in the box. Ribery's so epic inside the box, moving like that. Again, Ribery, St. Maximin, get the ball to him. Just epic dribbler. Just controls the ball really well. And Dembele flies that one in. That wasn't the best angle in the world, but Dembele is certainly capable of getting those goals to fly in again. St. Maximin pushing it down the wing. We're up 4-1 at this moment. St. Maximin doesn't get bullied off. Wasn't the greatest challenge, and then just steps right in, rifles it in. 5-1. We end up getting the rage quit right here as soon as our opponent does the back out. So there we go. So get the rage quit. Next match, again, up against... I mean, I guess the one thing I was looking at there was they only had the 85 Ferland Mendy, but the rest of the team pretty top notch, you know. So again, seems like everybody you're going up against at this stage of the game has a pretty strong team. It's rare to come up against somebody that doesn't have a decent squad. But there we get an early goal. We get Ribery burying one in the first 5 minutes, burying one in the 4th minute. We come right back a few minutes later. Heung-min Son, you know, again, the wide cams are so important in there. We get a little bit lucky there with the pass, but, you know, if you create enough pressure on someone, you're going to take advantage of some of those opportunities. So, you know, again, we're just putting pressure. You know, this is just another minute or two later. Putting pressure on Ribery with the stop, waiting for Dembele. That is absolutely, that is just beautiful right there. Waiting for that right moment. Ribery now going down, even though he's my striker, you know, still get that wide play. La Croqueta around. Dembele right in the space. 4-0 in the 21st minute. We are rocking and rolling. So here we go, 42nd minute. Our opponent had enough. I'm not sure why they waited till that particular moment to rage quit, because it was 4-0 in the 20th minute. They played another 20 minutes basically. You know, never really got anything going, but you know, it is what it is, and we were able to get the win. 4-0. Again, going up against another one. They've got a Maradona 97. They've got Aguero, you know, just another strong team. But, you know, we are rocking and rolling. I'm feeling really good at this moment. The game is playing pretty well. You know, got pretty responsive dribbling. You know, you lull yourself into that sense of, or that trap. You're like, oh, maybe the servers will be good this week. Okay, maybe we'll have some good gameplay. All right. You know, so then you kind of get into it. You're having fun. You're playing good. Balls are going where you want them to go. Modric with just that epic pass. Dembele buries it. Again, that seems, you know, I was going to say I've conceded a lot, but early goals, but there in the last 2 games, I've scored in the first 5 minutes. You know, again, another 4th minute goal. So, you know, it seems like maybe that's something I'm just going to have to be aware of. So I haven't noticed that as much as just regular kickoff glitch as, you know, the first, you know, the very first kickoff. I haven't noticed that as much, but maybe that's more prevalent than I'm giving it credit for. But we keep rolling. We are moving here now. Son, look at that passing. Ribery gets knocked off. Maybe could have been a pin, but it fell right to Heung-min Son. And here is one. I'm pretty sure this is it here. Remember, we saw that Maldini with that epic goal line clearance before. I wish I would have highlighted that a little bit more. We get another one right here. Now, Rio Ferdinand with the epic goal line clearance. Like I said, icon moment center backs must have a secret hidden stat for 99 goal line clearance or something like that. So, did not get the goal there. Rio Ferdinand, epic goal line clearance. Ribery, just that smooth movement in the box. When you have the good gameplay, you're just able to move in the box like that. Now here, our opponent does strike back. They have a nice free kick routine, able to get by, get it to their Aguero, make it 3-1. So nice goal for my opponent right there. But we're working the ball, you know, working with my CDMs. That's so important. Working out wide. You've got to spread these guys out. Spread them out. We get a little bit of luck there, bouncing off, but Modric continues his run, buries that one. Nice working of the triangle. 4-1. We're rocking and rolling. Ribery finding the pass to St. Maximin. Saint Maximin takes it himself, 5-1, rage quit, game over. We are just rolling at this moment, just destroying people, going up against another one. You know, again, another super strong team, 99 Lewandowski, 97 Conte, 98 Team of the Year De Bruyne, just a really super strong team. So gonna have to have our big boy pants on for this one. So here our opponent comes in early. They get a goal in the 23rd minute. So no super early goals that time, but they do get a weak-footed goal from Mo Salah, able to bury one, so not looking good early. Then let's see, I don't remember what happens on this one. Is there a chance we miss or something like that? I don't remember. I thought we were down. Oh no, Dembele is able to bury that one. Maybe I'm thinking of a different game. So we're able to equalize 1-1. Yeah, that's a different game I'm thinking of with a Lewandowski. But anyway, this one we kind of fight back and just kind of are able to take advantage of it. Ribery kind of gets a little drop off there from Dembele, who had posted up. 2-1 now. We're in control. Saint Maximin again. Just absolutely unbelievable. If you have not tried out Saint Maximin, I highly recommend him. He can play about anywhere, but I've really liked him out wide just for how much he gets involved. Does so many different things. Again, just this epic pass. And I mean, when this game works, and I've said this, let me just finish this off right here. Dembele getting the goal, but I have said this many times. When we have good gameplay, FIFA 20 is one of the best games that we've had in the last 5 or 6 years. I mean, it just is. It just seems to work. The problem is it is so rare to get that good gameplay that most of the time FIFA 20 is actually one of the worst. And I think what it is, I've tried to explain this as well, is that FIFA 20 is a slower game than previous FIFAs. So when you have that bad gameplay, it is bad gameplay, you know, because, you know, instead of a pass, you know, like FIFA 18, they kind of, you know, people were not super happy because you could just pass. And FIFA 18 wasn't a great game, but I thought it was a fun game. You know, I wouldn't say it was rewarding. It was kind of weird, but I think it was overall fun, especially compared to 19 and 20. But so now they've tried to make passing more realistic, and it's like they want you to face the person you're passing to and pass, which is fine. But when you have that bad gameplay, you can be facing the person you want to pass to. It can go to someone else. It can dribble out. It may not pass fast. And so you end up with just this horrible game, like one of the worst FIFAs in poor gameplay. But I do want to say, though, in good gameplay, FIFA 20 is one of the best FIFAs they've come out with. So anyway, we have a 3-1 lead. Couple minutes later, get it in again. How many times has Saint Maximin, especially compared to Son? You know, I know Son has maybe buried a goal or two. I think he even has a hat trick at some point. So, you know, he's getting involved. But Saint Maximin, I've seen him on the ball so many more times than Heung-min Son. So just keep that in mind. And Saint Maximin just getting in there, getting the ball to people. Ribery, epic movement in the box, burying it 4-1 in the 70th minute. We're going to get another rage quit, rocking and rolling again. Another super strong team. Great all the way around, top to bottom. It's just pretty much what you're going to face. Although I will say this was interesting. I went back on my old account and played a weekend league with a full Brazilian squad. I just made a themed team to have like a little bit of fun. So I made a full Brazil team on my old account. And I've barely played on that one for months. I actually had 3 to 5 games, maybe even 6 or so, I don't know, at least 5 games I can remember where I was going up against players that did not have super teams. They had several like gold players, and I kind of felt bad for them. I ended up giving away at least 4, maybe 5 wins, something in that neighborhood on my other account, because I wasn't playing for glory on that team. I was just playing for fun. You know, and I was coming across people with like gold players at this stage of the game, and I just felt bad for them. So I thought, let me just give them another win. Maybe they're just trying to grow their team. But it's interesting on this account, my main account now. Everybody I play's got some pretty strong epic team, but on my other account, the first games were going up against weaker opponents. I don't know if that was just luck or if it's just something with the matchmaking. I really don't know, but it was just kind of crazy to see that. So here is one. Yeah, this is one. Oh, that one got on my nerve. Oh gosh, just seeing that. I don't think I highlighted that, but there I thought I stopped that attack, and there is one here. We give up that early goal in the 5th minute. Frankie de Jong buries one. And this was the game I was trying to think of. Here, Whoa, did I skip one? Did I miss a highlight or something? I may have missed a highlight on my goal there or something. But anyways, we were down 2-1 after that. There, Dembele somehow got that goal to sneak through. I'm not sure how. But I may have missed one of my goals or skipped forward or something. Either way, it doesn't really matter. But we come rocking back, rolling, rocking and rolling. Work it into Ribery. What a touch. Able to bury it. 2-2, 40th minute. We are rolling now, boys. We are rolling. Not gonna be denied. Mendy, okay, here we go. Here's Heung-min Son making a run. You know, I think this is the first time I've seen Son making a run up the wing in all of these highlights, which is pretty crazy. But again, the epic passing, Ribery to Dembele. Terrible, terrible mistake there, but we are able to get it back. And Luka Modric with a heck of a turn and burying the goal. Dembele, nice pass up to Ribery. Ribery working up the wing, out wide. Now St. Maximin to Dembele, to Heung-min Son. Oh, we get the block, but our opponent tries to clear it too fast. We get it back to Ribery, and Ribery's not going to miss that one. So there was one, one to illustrate as far as trying to learn in the game. What I see opponents sometimes do is, if they get the ball for their center back, they try to pass it out too fast. And sometimes that leads to just, you don't have your players in position to make an outlet pass to. So be real careful when you're making your outlet passes out because you're in a vulnerable position. If you give it back to your opponent, they're just going to be able to take the ball from you. But that ended that match at 4-2. Then we're going up against another player, Disco Puma here. They've got Lewandowski, 97. Oh, they've got that extinct Goretzka now. I've been trying to look for him. He's up to either, is he 93 or 94 now? But either way, that Goretzka road to the finals card is extinct on the market. I've seen people trying to be able to get him. Also, team of the year, Messi up there. So fairly strong team. But I think, look at that. That is ridiculous. I know that's Ronaldinho, but he just bounced off two defenders there to end up with the ball. And our Ter Stegen makes a save, but it falls to that Goretzka who buries it weak-footed. And see that shushing there? That's good to know. Goretzka shushing us. So we're down 1-0 against our opponent. We gave up that early goal. See, now there was one. That was me making that mistake. I'm passing out. I pass it right to his Ronaldinho, who gets it to his Lewandowski. So now by me making that mistake that I was just talking about, that's one thing we all have to be careful with. Making those passes out from the back. If those get picked, you're in an extremely vulnerable position. Then they still have their attackers flying at you. We are down 2-0 now. Feeling good about themselves. We are ready to go, though. Game on. Let's rock and roll. We get it in. Nice corner routine. Flying back to St. Maximin. To Dembele, who buried that one top bins. That was just a nice shot from Dembele right there. Dembele's been an absolute legend for the team. Just keep rolling the footage. We are rocking. Let's go with Sissoko to St. Maximin. Ribery. We find Modric again with another cool, calm, collected, composed finish. Luka Modric to level the game back up at 2. Heung-min Son then buries it. So from 2-0 down to 3-2 up. Heung-min Son gets his first goal there. Keep rolling. Heung-min Son. Look at St. Maximin. That's what I'm talking about. Look at this positioning right here. Ribery is my striker, but he's actually at Ram right now. St. Maximin, for whatever reason in the game, just fills those spots. So he's kind of playing the striker role while Ribery is playing Ram right at the moment. I didn't make any changes. Ribery is still my striker. St. Maximin is still my Ram. But they switch positions, so St. Maximin was available. He just gets involved. Nice pass in, Heung-min Son. Heung-min Son with his second goal. So now it's 4-2. We are back in the lead. I watched my celebration a minute, just remembering that shushing from earlier. Now Ribery back to Dembele. Heung-min Son. Now we had it with Ribery there, but Heung-min Son is on a hat trick. We pass it back to Heung-min Son, who finishes the hat trick. We do just a hint of shushing there, just because we were shushed from that first goal, and now it's 5-2. So be careful with who you shush. Now we're going up against a really strong team, and this is a good player right here. So this was, a really tough test. FUT birthday Mbappe, headliners Neymar, team of the season De Bruyne, Conte, Eusebio, R9, just epic, epic, epic. So we're going to have our work cut out for us right now. And again, we have this thing again. Look at this. In the first minute of passing, they get a kickoff goal. and like the second minute from headliners Neymar. And again, it's something I'm going to have to improve on. I know you can kind of do like the offside trap to kind of try to wake up your team, whatever you need to do. But especially watching some of my highlights, I am conceding way too many goals in the first few minutes of the match, putting myself in a hole, making it harder for me. Like this last match, I was down 2 goals, 2 goals in like the first 15 minutes, something like that. So I'm having to come back from 2 goals, making it harder on myself. So that's one thing I'm going to have to really, like I said, I don't know if I'm not focused, if it's kickoff goals, if it's a combination of a lot of things, but I'm going to have to get better at that, because those are the things that can make a difference in, say, an Elite 1 finish and even a Gold 1 finish, if you just have too many of those mistakes. But we do come back, Modric into Ribery, into Dembele, to Ribery to Dembele. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. What a goal. So back tied at 1 again. St. Maximin just making those runs. Just watching these replays is a thing of beauty. St. Maximin's unreal. So Modric into Dembele. Ribery, oh my God, that was sick. Jesus, look at that. Frank Ribery, what a monster. What a monster. So now we're back 2-1 up. We are ready to go. Watch this. Ribery. Oh yeah, that was one there. I'd like to go back. What that was a big mistake on my part. Now what I had, and you might want to go back on this. I don't think I can rewind right now to where I want to go, and we'll just keep going anyways. We're already going long as it is. But what I had a great opportunity with Ribery, and this is part of watching your games. If you're able to record your games, if you're able to watch replays of how you're playing, that's where you can see something that sometimes mistakes you make. But what I made a really nice move with Ribery, and I had Ribery ready to shoot the ball. Probably would have buried it near post. Worst case scenario, would have missed, would have probably been a corner, whatever, goal kick. Worst case scenario. But what ends up happening is I thought that his defender was just going to move with me, and I was trying to get too cute, then I was going to move back the other way, but it didn't end up happening. I had it after that first move, but I didn't take it. Now what ends up happening is now my opponent is gone in transition to R9 to Neymar. Neymar makes these crazy dribbles here, just abuses Sissoko twice. I mean, I don't know how he's able to combine that. Then R9 just bullies off team of the season, Sergio Ramos. So he just shakes off Ramos. Ramos runs in the back of. Maybe that was Long. No, actually, I'm sorry. That was Longley. Still, 93 summer heat Longley. R9 just bullies him off. Acts like he's not even there. And I think you know what's going to happen. R9 just buries that. So what happened, and this is what I'm talking about. You want to learn from your mistakes. You want to know what happened. So and even if you can't go back and watch your full game, try to look at your match highlights at the end of the game. Look at what you did. Look at what your opponent did. But what happened there? I just out-thought myself. I made a nice move with Ribery. I thought what my defender was going to do before he actually did it. So instead of actually looking at my defender, I was thinking, oh, this is what my defender is going to do. If I'd have just looked at the defender, I would have had probably a goal where I'm probably then up 3-1. Instead, I make an extra move. I turn back into the defender because the defender never even moved where I thought he was going to. Then they get the pick. They go in transition. Kind of a crappy goal in a way, as I thought I had Sissoko there. Neymar did, 2 spins to get around. Then R9 just bullied off Longley and they get a goal. So thought was a little crappy, but again, it could have been avoided. And also combine that with giving up that goal in the first 2 or 3 minutes of the match. And instead of being in control of the match right now, it's 2-2. However, those are the things that are going to happen. You've got to overcome your mistakes, and that's what we try to do right here. We get it to Modric. We get it to Ribery. We get a nice move with Ribery there. We just shoot, and just wide from Ribery. And then, again, we keep working the ball. A few minutes later, Dembele to Ribery. Ribery again getting free off the post. Gets it to Ramos, back to Ribery, but that time blocked by Ramos, so we had another couple good chances. Then here in the 82nd minute, we have St. Maximin. St. Maximin again, epic on the wing, working it into Dembele, over to Modric, over to Ribery. Ribery gets free, somehow misses it. So this, I'm starting to lose my mental edge a little bit too. I think I even had to pause it here. Yeah, whenever I pause the game, that's a good thing to do as well. I've gotten better at that. When you're losing your mental edge, FIFA is a very mental game, so just kind of keep that in mind. If you're losing your edge, pause the match. Gather your thoughts, gather your feelings, try to get back into it. I know it's hard because I felt like I just had 3 epic chances to, or maybe it was 4, whatever. I had multiple epic chances to score, to get that 3rd goal, to pull out this hard-fought win, and it just didn't happen for me. So, I paused it. I think I even let the whole time run out. Just let it go. Okay, now this is crazy here. Okay, now this is where I am starting to lose, and it's not even losing my edge, but maybe my mental state affected what actually happened in game. But what happens here, Longley, and you can see, I feel like, and I'm going to zoom in on just a second, I am trying to pass to Luka Modric out in the midfield, trying to set up another attack. So Modric is out there free. I'm pointing towards Longley, and I'm zoomed in here. And I feel like if you look here, Longley is, let me see if I can do my hand that way. Longley is pointing in that direction, in my opinion, and that's what I remember doing in game, and this is when I remember being upset about it. So I'm trying to pass out there. I believe that's Luka Modric out there. I can't tell 100% for sure, but I'm pretty sure that was Luka Modric. So that's where I'm trying to pass. However, what ends up happening is Longley tries to make this pass to Ribery, and you can see just from the line, there are 2 defenders right in that line. So I feel in some ways like if the game is trying to auto-correct a pass like we have, there's passing assistance, and I've even debated at times like this is the worst part of FIFA is the passing. Of FIFA 20 is the passing. Because there are so many times every single match, I'm looking at where I'm trying to pass the ball. And again, I'll say this, I played FIFA for years and years and years. I've never had a problem like this, maybe like once a game, but this year it's like 5 times a game. I'll be looking at where I'm passing, I'll hit the pass button, I'm looking to see what I'm going to do, then I'll have to adjust because the pass went over here, and so then I'm trying to gather my thoughts or gather my controls with what I'm going to do to that player that I wasn't, that it ended up going to. But it's kind of like, what is the vision stat? What is anything? What professional footballer would kick the ball? Now, it's one thing, and I wish they even had like the, in Division Rivals, I play with like that, the arrow, so at least I know where I'm pointing in game. They don't have that in Champs because they don't want any assistance. But I wish you could see that but like I said, I know in my heart of hearts. Now, what could have happened potentially, the only thing I can think of is sometimes what you have happen, and I've highlighted this in previous videos too, where you'll hit the pass button, but the game is starting to get delayed. So say I'm aiming at that Modric and I hit the pass button. My next thought is, what am I going to do with Modric? So then what I would have done with Modric right there is kind of move him this way to kind of move towards the midfield to, kind of work towards the attack. I had some opening there. So potentially what happens is you hit the pass button. The game doesn't recognize it instantly because you're starting to get that terrible gameplay. You're moving already to controlling your next opponent or your next player. So you're trying to, because you need to move because, especially in these tough matches, people are going to be on you immediately. So you need to move your dribble with, before you even receive the ball, basically. So that's what I think maybe could have happened. I don't know if that's what happened here. I've seen that happen in other instances, especially in Rivals when you can see the arrow of where you're going. So that's the only thing I can think of, but it's just like, you can see clearly that if anything, if you're going to do passing assistance, there's a Sissoko below Ribery, that's wide open as well. Just kind of from a professional footballer state of mind, would Longley really make that pass, try to get it through 2 people? I don't know that, but anyway, what ends up happening, let me just play it. From here, that pass tries to go to Ribery, obviously intercepted. So now we're scrambling because the other thing that kills you is Longley was my center back, almost up at midfield, trying to make a pass in. We're trying to make one last attack, trying to get in. Then what happens is they get it inside. They get it out to R9, to Conte. Now this is Team of the Year Conte. Now watch this. Conte's dribbling. I switched to Sissoko. I'm waiting for my moment. I'm waiting for my edge. I've got to get a drink just to wait for this one. Switches out there. I switch to Sissoko. Ready to pounce. Ready to jump. As soon as Conte makes one mistake, I'm going to pounce on it. I'm going to get the ball back. There I do. I jump on him. Conte, thanks for playing. Sissoko says no dice. I'm just jumped on him. He presented the ball too much. Showed too much of the ball. We jump on it. Instead, little baby Conte, who's, I guess, probably about as tall as this potato head here that my daughter made, somehow bullies off Musa Sissoko, as big as the Hulk. So little baby Conte bullies off Sissoko, keeps going, ends up getting the pass in. Again, just watch it again. Sissoko, Conte, no, and here you go. Just look at this. Oh my gosh, look at that. Sissoko's right there. He's starting to go towards the tackle animation. Again, I'm pouncing on the ball. Pouncing on the ball, but somehow Sissoko makes a weirder animation, but then Conte out wrestles Sissoko, somehow bullies him off. And again, it's Team of the Year Conte, but again, this is Summer Heat Sissoko, who, let me see, I've got him on my screen behind that you guys can't see, is 99 freaking strength and like 6'2". And little baby Conte bullies off Sissoko like he's not even there. And I guess you guys can know what can happen. Conte passes to Hazard. I try to jump it. Hazard gets the goal. 3-2. End of match. I am pretty livid at that point. We've got an undefeated weekend league going. We just had that match. You know, I gave up that goal in like the first 2 or 3 minutes of the match. That was a killer. Then I had that mistake I made where I should have shot with Ribery instead of trying to make another move. They go out in transition and get a goal. But then I showed you guys we had 3 or 4 epic chances, and our opponent didn't have any of those chances, any epic chances to score at all. And those are the games that just kill you, that make you're just like, why do I even play this game? And that's just kind of what ends up happening, is you'll have those types of matches. And it's one thing, like, I don't have a problem. Like that one that I gave up with Ribery, where I didn't shoot with Ribery, I don't have a problem. If it's a mistake I made, that's fine. You know, I gave up, like, I don't think I've said anything else about a goal that I've conceded when I've made a mistake. But the ones where you think you play it right and then you give up a goal, those are the ones that kill you, are the ones where I'm trying to pass with Longley to an open player and he passes to a covered player, which allows this whole transition thing to come. But then, not only that, you give up that transition thing, but then Conte has the ball, you feel like you steal it with Sissoko. He doesn't steal it, then he passes. So it's like these multiple things. So it's like, how many opportunities do I need, or did I need in that game to win? And, you know, and this is what separates like these Elite 1 players from, you know, probably even Elite 3 to Gold 1 players, is that ability to overcome that type of stuff. And, you know, maybe I needed, and maybe if I had 3 epic chances, I needed that 4th epic chance. You know, I don't know exactly what it is. You know, you just got to keep plugging on. But part of it for me this year, this has been one of my least favorite FIFAs. And as I've said, this is a mental game. So when your mental state is not there, you're just not going to be able to play it at that high level that you need to be able to go for Elite 2, Elite 1 finishes. You're just not going to have that drive, because you're not enjoying the game. If you don't enjoy the game, you're not going to enjoy playing it. So that's just what it is. But anyways, we go into this next match. They've got a Team of the Year Mbappe. They have the same Maximin. Got a nice squad. Early on, we are here. This was a really tough match. Dembele with the nice try gets saved. We get lucky, but again, this is part of it. That's what I was talking about. You've got to be able to overcome that pressure, because those chances that you miss, if you want to get those extra victories, because there are some games where, you know, there's some games maybe you win with 2 chances and your opponent had 4 chances, but there are some games you have to win where you've got 8 chances and your opponent had 1 or 2 chances. And it's just, you've got to be fully mentally ready to just go and keep attacking. Oh, I didn't make that one. That should have been a goal. I've got to keep going. Now that one, you know, you keep putting the attack on there. We finally got through, able to get the goal. 1-0, 36th minute. You know, this was a hard fought match. But here we go, Longley, that one was a killer too. Sometimes your center backs get the ball, and I don't know if what happened, because this was, right after my game before this one. I don't know if the game was starting to shift a little bit towards poor gameplay, but you saw there Longley just had the ball stolen right off of him from Mbappe. Sometimes it seems like your center backs either don't control the ball or they're not able to pass it out quick enough. So whatever it is, Longley just had the ball stolen right off of him. Now Mbappe's walking in, pass right over to Benzema for just a tap-in goal. 1-1 going into halftime. We have a really hard match. As you can see here, there weren't many highlights. We had that one goal early. Then we just gave up that one where Team of the Year Mbappe stole it off Longley's boots, who couldn't control it, couldn't pass it, couldn't do whatever. Then here in the 83rd minute, we are finally rolling again. We've got St. Maximin out to Lala. We're finding Dembele working the ball. This is beautiful. Now, pause it here. This is almost for my Pro Clubs team. I'm pausing it. I want them to see this CDM pass. Sometimes on our Pro Clubs team, our CDMs are trying to jump into the box, trying to jump into the attack. I'm trying to let them know how important or how epic or how dangerous you can be even from 10, 20, 25 yards outside of the box. So Sissoko makes this just epic pass in right to Dembele. One-time finish. We are up 2-1. I usually just do a quick cancel celebration. That was one. If you ever see me celebrate, it's either my opponent had celebrated on me early and I'm just trying to get back to him a little bit. If I'm in that mood, that doesn't even always happen. The other time is a situation like that where I'm just like, whew, that was a hard-fought match. Finally broke through. Finally going to get this win. Wow, that was a hard-fought match. But then, right on kickoff, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think it's going to be a kickoff goal, or what do you think will happen? Or maybe it will be the frozen of death. So the game's frozen. I just got this hard-fought second goal. The game is frozen. We get the you lost your connection to opponent. Your match result is currently under review. You will be returned to FUT home. And boys, I was done. I was like, I just had that game where I felt I should have won, and I ended up losing after that Longley pass, and Conte somehow bullies Sissoko over, even after we had all the chances to score. Then we had this match where we go up 2-1 late. Hard fought. That was a good player. Very defensive struggle. We finally break through, get to 2-1, just have to hold out for a couple minutes, which I feel like I would have done, no problem. But then we get this, and now whether this is a server thing, whether my opponent did something, I don't know. I can't say that he did or didn't. But whatever happened, we end up losing this match because of this. And so I just sit here on the screen, like it's playing right now. I just end up sitting here on the screen for a long time, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? And from that point on, I was done. I played maybe 3 to 5 more weekend league games. I think I even gave away some free wins on this account. I only played the silver one, which is 11 wins. I think I was 8-1 or 9-1 at this point, whatever I was. I was just done. I could not play anymore. That's it for me. I could not do any more last weekend league. And that's what happened. So now we're back to my team. But let me show you guys, for all of you who have stuck it out for this long video. I felt like we had a really good video, though, going over a lot of stuff. Look at what we have for this weekend league. So I want to play one more competitive weekend league. We now have 99 De Bruyne, the team of the year, or it's the team of the season version, but for his player of the year award. And we packed Eusebio from an Icon Moments pack. And he has just been absolutely ridiculous. 30 games, 40 goals, 16 assists. Ridiculous. So I'm looking forward to playing one more competitive weekend league. However, I have said that a lot over the last several weeks, and then I get into the matches, the games don't work out well, the passes don't go where I want them to go, my players are turning like trucks, and I'm not having any fun. So I just say, forget it. I'm not playing these matches. It's not worth it. It's no fun. Forget it. I'll play to maybe gold 2. I'll play to maybe silver 1. But it's hard for me now, and it's been this way for months, to get in all 30 weekend league matches and take them all seriously. Some matches I'll go in, I'll be playing angry, just trying to take the ball away, you know, not playing good defense, just going lunging, lunge tackles, instead of actually playing defense. So it's very hard. This has just been a really tough year for FIFA. I'm hoping FIFA 21 will be a better game, you know, actually focus on the gameplay. Menus are fun, building teams are fun. I mean, when I packed Eusebio, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever. But, you know, then you go into a match and you're like, this is no fun. So it's like the building team, the packing, menu content, all of that is top-notch, superb. The rest of it, the gameplay itself, and it's crazy. You know, just a few years ago, we didn't have SBCs, we didn't have division rivals, we didn't even have weekend league, and we still loved the game because we enjoyed playing the game. And that's just what, it's crazy how quick that has transitioned to where everybody just wants to do menu content and then not even play the game hardly. But anyways, this is going to wrap up the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you understand, or, you know, let me know your thoughts down below if you are having any fun with the game. Like I've said, when it's good gameplay, it's a lot of fun. The passes go where you want them to go. Your players can move. Poor gameplay, it's one of the worst FIFAs they've ever made. But anyways, make sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, join my Discord, but I'll see you guys soon. Bye.